Hello and welcome to another video on the channel. In this one, we're gonna have a reaction video about Charlie Kirk, who apparently grew up with the Serbs. I'm from Serbia, and there's news I see here about, unfortunately, him being assassinated, or I'm not sure what actually happened. I didn't watch all the news, but I saw pretty quickly a few posts after that event about him growing up in Chicago with Serbian people, I guess, living there. And let's check it out. This is a video. I will leave in a video in the description for this video from the Young Turks channel on YouTube. So let's check it out.
Charlie Kirk is known for being an accepting, tolerant human being when he's not being bigoted, racist, and ignorant. Here is his statement about all kinds of things sports related. We'll discuss afterward.
Hold on. So I guess he was in political sphere and known for a while. Even though he's young, he was young. Now it's just a few days after, just a day after this his tragic death, I guess. So he was, I think, in the right, if I understand, politically. So, and this channel, TYT, probably like for in left leaning or something. I don't understand political scene there in the US. Here in Serbia we have some jumbled up politics, so it's all over the place. But I guess it's like two sides there in the US. I'm sorry for my ignorance about that, but just not kind words here at the start. But let's see what the Charlie says.
Take a look.
Great deal of respect for the Kyrie Irvings of the world and the Novak Djokovic's of the world. Now,
Whoa, Novak Djokovic, like that's the guy from Serbia, tennis player. But I guess people in US have trouble pronouncing last names and names of Serbian people, especially the IC at the end. It's like Ik. A lot of times I hear Ik. For example, my last name is Mirčić, but people pronounce that as Mersic. And I go with that when I speak with people in English, so I understand confusion. It can be hard to pronounce. Right.
the Kyrie Irvings of the world and the Novak Djokovic's of the world. Now, I grew up with a lot of Serbs in Chicago. I have a soft spot for Serbs. They're awesome. I know the worst thing you could say in the Serbian language, and I will not say it on air because the FCC would find some way to still find me.
All right. So yeah, if you hang out with Serbs, you will, first thing that you will be taught is bad words. And I think that's because it's one way of relieving your soul by using, bad words. It helps to be able to know when you speak to some group of people to relax, to have that vocabulary, because it kind of quickly sets, friendly tone. Like you get comfortable speaking with people when you can speak bad words. That's why I think people here from Serbia or Serbs do like to teach people from all over the world, especially at the start, to speak bad words. Like if you ask me something in Serbian, if I try to be friendly with you, I would teach you bad words, right? To relax, to kind of have that tone, free, that freeing tone, I guess, in conversation.
I played on a Serbian basketball team, actually. My name was Sheva Krkovic. I kid you not, I have a jersey that says Krkovic. The name of our basketball team was the Illinois White Eagles. Boy, you couldn't call a team that anymore. And we were all white. Illinois White Eagles. Woof, in an AAU basketball team. And we meant nothing racial about it. Of course not, because we actually lived in America that was awesome. We used to play all black basketball teams, and we used to get along. I kid you not. We were an all-white everyone else was Serbian except me, but I kind of looked the part a little bit. I kind of look a little bit like I'm from the Balkan Peninsula. I could pull off a Croatian, Bosnian, Albanian, Serbian kind of deal. And we would go to these basketball tournaments, AAU, which is really competitive basketball, and like Waukegan or Zion Benton and Elgin. We'd travel all across the country, and we'd play these all-black teams, and no one cared. It was never like this racial thing. No, it was like we all got along, and we all like hung out. It would be like all-white team versus all-black team, and we never thought anything of it. I kid you not, there was never a moment ever, and this is a little bit of a detour, where all of a sudden we were like, yeah, we're the white team. We were like, yeah, we just kind of all know each other, and they all know each other from like a Serbian community. It's kind of cool, and it was that.
I don't know. Where do you want to start, Ray?
All right, I watched the video, and from now on they keep speaking, I guess. I'll stop here. But my commentary here is like what I think about the whole growing up thing with the Serbs. Yeah, basketball would be one thing that people from Serbia will invite you as an event to go to hang out in when you meet outside. And it's such a common, like, it's not much of a national sport. It's common sport to see here people play, especially recreationally and as a hangout sport. So him growing up in Chicago, I guess it translates. People who get from here to there carry that like way of hanging out with people. So if I would go to US, if I had trouble, hanging out with people, where to invite them, if I don't want to immediately invite people back home to my house. So I will try to meet somewhere outside, and I think I would invite them to basketball. It's such a sport, a recreational sport. It's such a nice way to hang out with people. You don't have to play hard. You just play pretty recreationally, and especially if they have similar interest for the sport, or maybe there's some sport type people, especially young people do love to hang out in sports because they're more agile, all that. So it's easier to meet through sport younger people. So I guess it translates also there. Here in Belgrade, it's so common. There's so many, even in center of Belgrade, there's a lot of basketball courts in between buildings and in parks and all that. There's usually some basket board. So it's a common way of hanging out, and it's so nice to see like people here there in America, when they meet with Serbs, they hang out the same way. It's such a nice thing to see. Unfortunately, about this event, Charlie, rest in peace, such a nice guy, but this growing up just kind of surprising. I never know, like you don't expect. There's not a lot of Serbs out there in the world, but when you see someone really that grew up with Serbs, that's even a rare thing. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe, use comments to comment. See you next time. Bye.